Hey you guys, Dave from the Wee Hours here, back with some more of RimWorld. Remember when we started the Sanguophage and we had like a vampire and her assistant and like we did like 5 episodes of it and everything was going like wicked cool and there was all sorts of exciting things and we were all having fun watching it? Yeah, here's the thing with that. So I put out a lot of videos on the old channel here and sometimes mistakes happen, and the mistake this time is I accidentally saved over the Sanguophage file with a completely different RimWorld run. Look, I play a lot of RimWorld, especially on the channel, and accidents are going to happen. This is not the first time I've oversaved something and lost a complete series because I clicked the wrong thing. Regular viewers will be used to this sort of nonsense. New viewers will have probably already clicked the unsubscribe button, but here's what I'm gonna do for you. You the viewer, you. I'm going to start all over again, because I was having a lot of fun with that. The Sanguophage was wicked cool, and we were all having a good time. So I have, to the best of my ability, set everything up broadly as it was. Now, obviously, it won't be perfect. We're in a different part of the planet. We have 2 new colonists, all sorts of different things. But to the best of my abilities, I have put things back the way they were at the beginning. I've even gone so far as to rename our colonists to the original colonists, Mila and Whitehead, just to frankly save my own confusion, because if there's 2 different names, I'm going to start calling them different things, and we all know how that is going to go down. So we got Mila, our Sanguophage here, our vampire. Let's check her out real quick. Now, she came in with a broad range of skills here, as you can see, a broad range of skills covering many things that we're going to need down the road here, and we'll go into those as we go along. And she also rolled in with Undergrounder, which is fantastic because I've also set up our ideology exactly the same as it was, and that we are blood worshippers. So we want to live underground anyway, so if she's an Undergrounder, hey, so much the better. 2 for the price of 1. That's what I say. And then Whitehead here. Huge range of skills. I got really, really lucky on Whitehead. Comes in with a lot of good skills here. Unfortunately, incapable of dumb labor, so not going to haul anything, not going to clean anything, but I'll learn to cope with that. The one thing we really don't have is any sort of good medical skill. I mean, Mila can do some basic medical attention here, but Whitehead wouldn't know a Band-Aid if it slapped him on the face. With all of that being said, I don't want to do a lot of intro because we've kind of seen this before, so I just kind of want to pan around the map here and see what's going on. We've got a lot of pockets of compacted machinery there, compacted steel, all good stuff. We are going to want to live, hence the Undergrounder thing, underground. So what if we started setting up over here? Because I could tunnel into this whole mountain and make this whole thing my base. And the first few episodes of the Sanguophage, I had some other ideas about what we could do about this whole Undergrounder thing to make it even better. So we're going to start off as we do. Let's start with a zone. A stockpile zone is going to go, I'm going to say, right over here, like this. Okay, that is going to be our temporary, possibly permanent, who knows. I'm starting this all over again. I put this off for days. When I misclicked my save file, I don't know, about a week ago, and I said to myself, oh dang. And the second I did it, I knew it. The second I hit that click, I'm like, no! And I did every little internet trick to try and recover the save file. It's just not recoverable because it doesn't exist. I very deliberately told RimWorld to oversave that file, to put something else on top of it. So I went through the old Googles and the intranets and the whatnots about what to do about recovering old save files. It's simply not there. I did this deliberately, if accidentally. So all of that being said, Mila, you're going to have to haul literally everything around here. In fact, while I'm saying that, why don't we start to work with some priorities here? So manual priorities, of course, be number 1 on all the things that you've got to be number 1 on. Go and fight fires, go and get yourself healed up, and then stay in bed until you're better. Obviously, Mila, you are the only one with any medical skills, so you're going to have to be my doctor. And temporarily, you're going to be number 1 on hauling. I just want to move all of that stuff over there. Now, which one of you is my better construction person? That would be Whitehead. So you are going to be, again, somewhat temporarily number 1 on construction. But Mila, you can do it. You won't be very good at it, but you can do do at it. No reason for Mila to do any hunting because she doesn't have any sort of weapon and she's terrible at shooting things. And if there's one thing we've learned about sanguophages, they want to get up close in your face and then shoot their bones at you until you fall over. It's kind of a sweet gig, actually. You are actually very good at hunting. 9.5, not bad at all. Don't really care about handling right now. Wardening, I'll put you at number 1. Obviously, we don't have any prisoners or anything like that. Now, more importantly, Mila, why don't we get you on growing and plant cutting? And then what is your skill, Whitehead? You can do some mining. We're going to start out with that fairly quickly, actually. I've got kind of a rework idea of how I want to begin this whole living underground nonsense. So, Whitehead, you're going to be number 1 on mining. My initial move is to start tunneling into the mountain now. I know that seems a little advanced, Clash. You're like, dude, just build a basic structure. I'm like, yeah, cool, we could do that. Or we could start tunneling into the mountain right now. Let's start to get some basic things set up there. And then while you're at it, let's put... We didn't land with a lot of wood, but I can put up a basic structure just to kind of get things moving here. I know, we're starting all over again. Look, in many ways, I'm not as happy as you are. Or I'm equally as okay, so I have the same level of unhappiness as you do. However, that being said, is there really anything more sweet in RimWorld than re-rolling it? Because there isn't. Hunter lacks suitable weapon. Yeah, we'll work on that. We're going to get that going. Whitehead's... No, you're not hauling. You're building things, right? You're actually constructing things. Mila's coming in to move things, and you're going to start building things. Fantastic. I just want you to get that basic structure up and running, just to get all our stuff under a roof, under cover, and then we'll start to look on some other things. Oh, Mila, while you're here, why don't you equip that steel longsword? It is, in fact, a masterwork longsword. We've got some meals. We've got some blood, not actually a small amount of blood. And Mila came in with a couple of Glitterwold medicine packs. Not really vital, but, you know, it's nice to have the really, really good medicine around here. Okay, Whitehead, just finish off that bit. And while you're doing that, I'm going to kind of pan around the map here. Great, so we got a steam geyser right here. We can tap into some geothermal power very, very close by. There's steel close by, and it looks like there's a decent bit of steel on the map. There's a huge chunk of it over here. Not much going on in this neighborhood, huh? Okay. And what about down in here? Yeah, not much going on there. Where is my ancient evil? Where can we see where the ancient evil is? Kind of... Ooh, is that gold? Ooh, shiny gold. I got distracted. Yeah, the ancient evil is usually pretty easy to spot. Except I'm not actually spotting it right now. That's okay. Somebody will bump into it at some point and go, oh my god, the ancient evil is here. Unless it's in our base. That would be problematic, frankly. Problematic. Oh, you've already done the building. Good job, Whitehead. Good job, team there. Yeah, Mila, just move everything down here for right now until I tell you to do otherwise, basically. I just want to get all the stuff under a roof, under cover. Boy, I'd love to get rid of those. I'd love to. Yeah, I don't... Yeah, you know what? We'll do that right now. Okay, so just get rid of this. It's just kind of in my way here. And then let's start the concept of getting some basic food and power under construction here. So, as is my way, we will do a couple of wind turbines. I can keep these really close to the door, too. We're going right into the mountain. We're not messing around with living outside this time. All right, we're delving deep, as the kids say these days. Hashtag delving deep. No, put that there. Thank you very much. I liked it where it was the first time. So let's get some growing zones up and running, because obviously we don't want the trees there, and we want to, you know, grow food. We are primarily cannibalistic. We're totally chill with cannibalism, but we don't have any people to eat right now, so we're going to have to rely on simple things like potatoes. Now, Mila, somebody here had a really, really good planting skill. I got so excited when I saw these two colonists. So yeah, plants of 11 on Mila. Plant skill of 11. So let's have this one. Yeah, potatoes is fine there. How about this one was maybe some rice? You can grow basically anything. So do I want to start with some heel root right away? Yes, I do, but not for these. That can be corn. These are going to be all food-based, and this could be, say, strawberries. Let's do a small growing field. That's not where growing zones live, Dave. You also just unclicked it. You know your problem with clicking. You just spent 5 minutes explaining it. Look, the second I did it, The second I did it, I was like reaching with one hand for my other hand to stop myself from doing it, but it was already done. And hopefully that won't happen again. And you're saying to yourself, Dave, what kind of systems have you put in place to make sure this won't be duplicated in the future? I assume you've set up some whole new logistics system to make sure that you won't overclick and oversave and just basically bungle your entire RimWorld run. And I'm like, I mean, yeah, kind of. I set up a backup save. You know, that's cool. Can't guarantee I won't save over that one. Look, mistakes happen. I've been doing this channel for a bunch of years, and this is not the first time that I've oversaved something or lost a game or had a corrupted file or something like that. Things happen. I'm putting out 8 videos a week and 2 live streams, so mistakes are going to happen as we go along. Mila, doing some things there. Cool. We should get one of them dark light torches up. Yeah, because they're all hip on the dark torch. Let's put a dark torch right in there, give you something to work with. And then also, I want them to start, you know, just for today, just for right nowsies, I'm going to put up just some basic sleeping spots here. Just put one there and one there. Okay? Just until we've got better rooms sorted out here. Now, remind me, Mila, Whitehead, you guys don't have any specific bedroom needs. Neither of you are greedy. Neither of you are jealous. No, you're a kind, beautiful jogger. Those are actually awesome traits. Those are fantastic. Everyone's going to love Whitehead. They're all going to be friends with Whitehead. I was just so psyched when I saw these colonists. I might like them better than my previous colonists. And that's no slight to Mila 1.0 and Whitehead 1.0. But Mila 2.0 and Whitehead 2.0 are very, very exciting people. Whitehead, what are you doing? You're going for a walk. Is that the best use of your time? Could you possibly maybe be doing the mining that I specifically just asked you to do? Because, you know, that's where your bedroom's going to live, kid. Just as a heads up there, that's where your bedroom's going to live. Let's get this to move in a little bit faster. Looks like Mila's got almost everything under control here. Definitely want to get those meals under. Wait, Mila, you're going for a walk again. I mean, I say again, you're doing it for the first time. It was Whitehead who went for the first walk. So Whitehead's like, Mila, you should try going for a walk. It's like wicked cool and relaxing. And Mila's like, yeah, but it's outside in the sun and I'm a vampire and I hate this. And Whitehead's like, yeah, but give it a shot anyway. It's like totally chill and relaxing and I'm sure most of your skin won't burn off. And Mila's like, okay, I will give it a try. And then I'll go back to hauling things because that's what I'm into. Whitehead's got the power under control. Okay, might not actually need that torch. So, yeah, put a power conduit right down here. Do I want to do the invisible ones? I do. I actually do, because I like not seeing them as much as the colonists don't like seeing them. But then the insidey ones, those can just be regular ones like that. And then also, let's start again, fundamentals, day one kind of stuff here. Let's put down a butcher spot and a campfire to get some basic food under control. Although we have nothing to hunt with yet, so also let's put up a crafting spot right there, and then let's get a bill for a short bow going on. So one short bow, please. Who's into crafting these days? That would also be Whitehead. Mila, how are you doing on moving stuff? Yeah, basically everything but those medicines are moved. So Whitehead, if you could just like do that short bow first, and then, you know, just back off the mining and the construction right now, just so we can get some hunting going on. And they'll get a bunch of these. Yeah, Mila's already in. Yeah, Mila's just ripping down these trees with that high plant skill. That's me. Oh, Whitehead's already making the bow. Mila's having a bit of a snooze. Good. So we'll get the bow done. Whitehead can arm himself with that, and everything's going to be hunky-dory, and I'm definitely not going to lose this save file. I'm like 43% on that, really. I'm 43%. Again, regular viewers will be used to this. Regular viewers are like, oh, Dave's done it again. New viewers will be like, is this the sort of quality that I expect from this channel? And I assure you it is. I can tell you in no uncertain terms, new viewer, both of you, I can assure you that this is exactly the sort of quality that you should expect from this channel. Blunders will happen. Frequently, I might add. Frequently. And what do you get in exchange for that? I'm not really sure. I actually don't have a solid answer for that. I kind of warmed up on that phrase, and it was going to go somewhere. It might have been informative. It might have been funny. But at the end of the day, I'm like, you know what? I don't know. You tell me. You tell me what you get out of this. I have no idea. Mila's up and about and having a little bit of a snack. Is there human in this? Yeah, this is human meat. We packed up some human for travel. That's quite wonderful, really. Also, just while we're here, why don't we just harvest these things? I mean, they're sitting there. They're going to die out anyway, so we may as well do that. The dark light torch is up. That's good. Mila is up and about. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. Let's actually just change your schedules now, because you guys hate being up at night, right? Or up in the day, rather. So you are... Let's see, you don't actually have it now because you're actually inside. I know it's an awful barracks. I know you're hungry. Wait, you're in minor pain? Oh, you got a stab scar. Okay, maybe we'll rip your leg off at some point. No blood feeder master. We're going to work on that. You don't even worry about that. We will make a blood feeder our leader. We will cover that bit. Just want to get some basics under control first, team. And you're ravenously hungry now. Okay. So... You guys, come here, Mila. I know you hate being outside right now. Yeah, you're an undergrounder outdoors. Now you're an undergrounder indoors. Now you're outdoors. It's a difficult day. Oh, hang on, the short bow's done. Whitehead, where'd you go? You're digging at marble. Great, cool. Equip that short bow, please. Just get that under control. Now we can get some hunting going on. So do I have you at hunting 1? Let's put you at hunting 1. I know, we can back off crafting. I know, Whitehead, you're doing a lot of stuff around here. I get it, man. Mila, do you have any crafting skill at all? I have a crafting skill of 1. You know what? It'll get a shirt made eventually. Very, very slowly, to be sure, but it will get a shirt made eventually. Okay. What's in the area? I thought I just saw some... Yeah, there's, like, horses right here. Them's good eating on that. Just go ahead and hunt that. Oh, and hang on. Make sure that we're allowing corpses in here. So just animal corpses for right now. Don't really need anything else in there. And on the butchering spot, let's make sure that we set up a bill to actually butcher things. So butcher anything. Anything you want. Actually, I say anything you want. It won't be anything you want. You can also butcher humans if you want to. And for right now, butcher entities, anomaly entities. I did reset the settings on anomaly to like some anomaly, but not all the anomaly, just like we did in the first one. Again, this should be... Apart from the 2 characters and where we've landed, this should be broadly the same kind of start that we started with when we started the thing that we started. Whitehead, killing a horse. Good deal. Day 2, off on a horse hunt. Yep, go for it. Right, I was going to reset your things because you guys would love to not be out in the bright light, especially, you know, our resident vampire. So, Mila, why don't you sleep then, and Whitehead, you can sleep then too. And then, oh, hang on, no, go back to that. We were having fun with that. And then do anything the rest of the time. Again, if you're new, which you probably aren't, I don't really micromanage their schedules. They can just do whatever they want, just anything at all. Work, go for a walk, I don't know, read a book, hunt a horse, whatever you're into is totally cool. Why is that zone weird? That's odd. Let's not have it like that. That just kind of makes me a little bit nuts. Don't ever do that again, game. Like, seriously, don't ever do that again. I will come to your house and, I don't know, dox you or something. I understand that's a thing kids do these days. Whitehead, having a bit of a snooze. Mila, I could get Mila on mining. I mean, she's terrible at it, but she's not even that terrible. Go back to 3. Figure out the plant thing first. And are we out of steel? I think we're out of steel. We already used up all of our steel there. Is there anything like wicked close by? There's stuff around the corner here, but that's a farther walk than it needs to be. How about this little patch that's right over here? Why don't we mine that out? Mine that vein. Because we got power and we got nothing to do with it. We have nothing that we're using this for. For today, just cancel my corridor. And then Whitehead will get up and start mining that mining because there's no other mining to be mined. Actually, there's a really good patch over here. Yeah, mine that vein. That's a decent patch there. And then I'll start to get a couple of bedrooms kitted out as you go in the front door here. We are living in this mountain. That's it. It's a big enough mountain. It'll definitely have the space I need to do the things that I want to do with the things there. You guys getting up soon? There we go. Whitehead's up and eating a person. Good job, Whitehead. Now, go finish killing that horse and then mine some steel and then do some more mining. And then I've got like 157 other things for you to be doing. Ooh, a little bit slow on the steel, huh? A little bit slow. Yeah, you only have a skill of 3. Mila is technically actually better at it than you are, but you don't do hauling and Mila does. Speaking of which, Mila, you getting back to the plant gig right now? Ooh, where'd you get the dead horse from? You don't hunt. It must have just keeled over and died. Neat. Oh, you know what we don't have? Anyone on cooking. Mila, you're terrible, but you can technically do it. And you can do it at like a 2. All right, so right now, process the food, first of all. And then let's get a bill in here to just do anything at all. Cook simple meal. Do it until we have 10. That's fine. And then, sure, throw a pause when satisfied on that, just so we're not constantly cooking meals one after the other. Okay, the power's going in. Did I make a connection down here? Oh, yeah, I did. That's fine. Okay, great. Then let's put up, instead of the torch, let's put up an actual light. In fact, put up 2 of them. Let's go crazy here. We're just going nuts. And you can no, that's a wall lamp, Dave. There's the dark torch. You can go ahead and deconstruct that too. Are you back to doing some mining, Whitehead? You liking the mining? Because you're kind of stuck with it, dude. You're not moving from that. Mila, I noticed you've just tossed meat on the floor and decided to do nothing at all with it. What are we doing today? We're relaxing socially. Uh-huh. Sure. It's just that we like to eat, Mila. You know, food. I know it's not a person. I know ideally you'd love to be eating a person right now. But, you know, some basic meals. I see you made 4, and then you just kind of gave up, didn't you? You just said, I am done cooking for the day. You're hauling steel. Oh, you're on number 1 hauling, aren't you? So let's back you off of that. Let's back you off to a 2 on that. Focus on cooking and plants for right now. I see Whitehead's getting in a little cooking. Why are you so high on cooking? Yeah, okay, you know what? You're not wrong there, Chief. No, be number 1 on mining. Mila will handle the cooking for right now. Finish off what you're doing there. Cook up the horse, and then, yeah, just drop that in there. It's only the 2 of us here. We don't need, like, a tremendous amount of food. He says as he's growing gigantic growing fields that are wholly unnecessary. I like to stockpile food. Several of my colonies have gone down for a lack of food. We all remember the Great Pantry Fire of 2021. So I have like a thing about food. I want to make sure we've got more food than we could possibly eat in a lifetime, whether that be a human lifetime or a vampire lifetime. Whitehead, I see you're kind of doing nothing at all. Could we correct that, where you might do something at all? Okay, you're back to the steel mining. Great, good. That is a lot more something than you were doing previously. Mila's getting some corn in. This is all good. The wind turbines are doing basically nothing because there's a bunch of trees in the way, but that will get rectified over time as Mila... Wow, you just plow through this planting. Who knew vampires were so good at gardening? I mean, you're hating life right now because you're outside. Yeah, well, now you're inside. You're going to be a complex mix of emotions, aren't you, Mila? Kind of like me. Actually, I'm not a complex mix of emotions at all. I'm very, well, what I would arguably describe as a stable human being. I know my regular viewers are laughing at that right now, but broadly stable. Broadly stable. And you're back to bed. Because it's like daytime now, and I told you to do that. Right, yeah. You're fine, Whitehead. Just keep, like, doing your jam there, man. Mila, how upset about life are you right now? Pretty upset. Yeah, sunlight, blinding light. Yep. Oh, that just all went away the second you went inside, didn't it? Ate without a table. Yeah, you always eat without a table. And then let's go ahead and when the kids get up in the morning, let's just knock out a really, really easy they are sad about things by making her the leader. And then Whitehead will be super happy because he has a vampire overlord. Good job, Whitehead. We've brought in some steel. We've got a lot of money with this particular scenario. Maybe do a little bit more hunting. Although we've got 12 meals and then still some packaged survival meals too. Maybe I'll just let them kind of do their thing for a while. Also, we could be mining that vein. You know what? You say that. Just stick with what you got. Don't overwork them. You've only got 2 people here, dude. You've only got the 2 people, so no need to just go psycho on the mining right now, except that's exactly what I want to do. There's a visitor. What is your problem? Okay. Gu Bodatore. Fantastic name. Fantastic. Gu Bodatore. I don't even know what to do with your name. I'm just wicked excited about it. That's just like the most exciting thing. There they are. Which one of you can talk? Hopefully it's Mila. I believe it is. Yeah, Mila, you can basically hold a conversation. Go see what these guys have got. I know what they've got. They're going to have pemmican and herbal medicine. Void sight serum. Huh. Don't see that a lot. When injected into the eye, lifting dark psychic phenomena. Yeah, so you can basically see invisible things, is what it is. You can see invisible things. And you've got a steel spear. Yeah, neither of those are particularly fantastic. I might buy your pemmican just to have extra food, because pemmican is not going to go off for a while, and I might even buy your herbal medicine again, just for some extra medicine. Just give me like 10 pemmican. I don't need a lot of pemmican. Anything I can sell you? Not really, actually. I want all of that. So just, yeah, I'll take that. I'll just have a little bit extra food, a little tiny bit of extra medicine. Speaking of extra medicine, why don't we just harvest all of that heal root? Mila will be done, surprisingly, with the fields very soon. Where'd Whitehead go? Oh, you're off mining. Oh, good gig. Yes, well done, well done. And then we'll get back into the bedroom idea. In fact, why don't I know he's working on the other one, and I'm giving them too many things to do, but that's kind of the nature of RimWorld, isn't it? So let's start how do I want this to go? So let's do a corridor here. And then I'm thinking like a larger bedroom for Mila because she's awesome. So maybe like a weird kind of bedroom like this. This is way too big. That being said, I'm going to have stuff I want to put in there. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how long it takes them to do that, for one thing. And then there can be a slightly simpler bedroom. Say like this and like this. Just like a regular bedroom for Whitehead. Because, you know, he's a human peon and doesn't really require a lot of comfort. You don't require a lot of comfort, right? That's, no. No greedy, no jealous. Two of my least favorite traits. Hey, while you kids are up, why don't we... No, Mila, come here. That's a blade of grass. I wasn't talking to that. Why don't we just go ahead and make Mila the great archist, the leader? There we go. So, yeah, go ahead and begin that. Everybody wants it. Mila wants it. Whitehead wants it. So we may as well do that. Get that going a little bit faster there. Whitehead's like, yeah, I am totally into vampires. And Mila's like, wow, coincidence, I am in fact a vampire. And Whitehead's like, oh my god, I had no idea, except I was on a spaceship with you and we crashed and like you were totally drinking blood. But cool, you're actually a vampire. And Mila's like, yeah, I am totally a vampire. And Whitehead's like, could you possibly be our leader? Because I would be wicked into that. That is the nature of this ceremony that is going on right now. There we go. Okay, so that should make Whitehead happy. Because we've got blood feeder master. That's exactly, and 8 human meat. Good job there, Chief. Awful barracks. We're working on it, kid. We are working on it. Slowly, admittedly, slowly and over time. But we are working on it. And how are you doing? That's a big vein of steel, isn't it? Maybe I tap out of that and go do more mining down here. This is a lot of mining for one person to bang out on their own. Just to be clear on that. That's a lot of mining. Maybe I can, you know what, I'll shrink the bedroom a little bit. You're like, oh my god, Dave's making a smart decision. I'm like, yeah, I'm not shrinking it that much. Just like that. There we go. That's a more sensible sized bedroom. I could always expand it later should the need arise. Visitors are leaving. That's good. I didn't really want anything from you anyway. Whitehead, I don't suppose you've magically gone up 20 levels in mining, have you? No. I don't know why I thought you would. I have no idea why I thought you would. Mila will chip in with the mining when she's done with this, but I think getting this heal root down is not a bad idea. It's never going to hurt to have some extra medicine around here, especially because we broadly suck at medicine. We don't have a good doctor. I kind of had to sacrifice that in exchange for both of these guys having a really broad range of skill. And Mila can always do the Hoosie McWhat's there, the coagulate, like the emergency vampire healing. Should Whitehead choose to get himself shot in the face or something like that. Speaking of shooting, Whitehead, could you maybe take a break and kill another horse? I know, I'm giving you a lot to do, Whitehead, but you are basically our blood feeder servant. So, you know, you should just basically accept the fact that you're doing most of the work around here. You're having a quick snack of human. Cool, good. And then you're going to go off and do some hunting. All right, go kill that horse. Actually, I say that. Hang on. Mila, we can make that easier. Mila's an amazing close quarters combatant. Mila can just throw bones through people and slice their heads off, but maybe we don't need to waste our time on that right now. That might become more of a priority later, now that Whitehead's going halfway across a map to chase a horse. I'm telling you right now, kid, you ain't beating a horse, okay? The horse will win, although you did corner it very well. Well done for letting it go into a small corner there. It's probably going to bleed out by itself, kid. I think Whitehead's given up. Yeah, Whitehead's meditating. This will bleed out. Yeah, in 16 hours we can just go collect it. I don't really need to... Why are you all the way... Oh, there's a happy tree. Nobody cares about the happy tree, Whitehead. I might cut it down just to hear it scream. Sorry, that sounded really dark and disturbing when I said it out loud, but they're fussy. I don't care about the happy trees. Not in this scenario, anyway. I mean, we're all about blood and darkness and living underground and eating humans. I don't want a nice magic happy tree. Not, again, today, anyway. All right, Whitehead's going to bed. Mila's already in bed, because we would like to sleep during the daytime. Mila, let me just kind of check you out here. How you broadly doing, kid? You having fun? You ain't great Arcist apparel. What is that? A broad wrap? Okay, I will try to work on that. You spent a long time outdoors. Yes. Yes, I imagine you did. When is that going to fade away? Don't know. Don't know. Don't have a time on that one. I will see what I can do for you. Okay, I know you're sensitive to sunlight. We're moving everything underground. It's not like I've got hydroponics right now. Mad squirrel. Okay, so there's my small inoffensive animal. Team, everybody up. And everybody up and everybody down here, please. Where is the small inoffensive animal? Right up there. Okay, so... Oh, no, whoa. Slow that down there, RimWorld. Slow everything down there, kid. Okay, where you going in such a hurry? Where's the fire? Okay, where's the fire? Hashtag where's the fire? Where's the fire? Okay? Just slow down. It's a squirrel. It does give me a good opportunity to test Mila's like jump and destroy ability. Although, is that really necessary on the squirrel? Is that really what we want to do? How about you just go kill it? And then Whitehead, why don't you like not shoot Mila? Maybe, okay, the squirrel's going for Whitehead. And Mila, seriously don't mess this up. Thank you. So much for our vampire overlord. You're in no immediate danger. Just for having the... Just everybody slow down. We've taken a hit from a squirrel. Right, who can do any doctorizing? Mila at 4. Okay. So, you're going to go to bed, Whitehead, right? Yeah, you're going to definitely go to bed. I'm going to have Mila come in and just do, like... Hang on. Before you do that, let's not waste the good medicine on a squirrel bite. Okay, you can have the regular medicine. I almost want to bump that down to the herbal medicine. But no, that's fine. I need Whitehead up and running. Mila, I know you're wicked into squirrel butchery. I mean, hey, who isn't these days, right? Who isn't? I mean, it like dominates the internet. Squirrel butchery. Hashtag squirrel butchery. However, could you, when you put the squirrel meat inside, just get it inside, please. Thank you. Could you prioritize tending? Thank you. Yeah, don't use the good medicine on a squirrel bite. It's fine. And you've got, a degree of competency in this. I'm sure Whitehead will eventually be fine. It's just I've only got 2 colonists. I can't afford to have them down for too long. And Mila's back doing what? Cutting down oak trees. That one. Yeah, that's a good one. You should cut that one down too. And then, other things could probably get cut down. Yeah, there we go. All right, so get some potatoes in, getting some rice in, all good stuff. And Whitehead will be back up and running in the fullness of time. Let's move this on a little bit faster there. You're moving some things. You're tending to Whitehead. Good, Whitehead's looking fine. I mean, he's not. He's been bitten by a squirrel. Mila's eating some human. And then back to the potatoes. Mila, if it helps, you really only have to do this once, and then you can kind of be inside the rest of the time if you want to be, until it's time to actually get the potatoes out of the ground. Whitehead is back up and running in the strictest technical sense of the word, in that Whitehead is asleep. Good job, Whitehead. Hey, that squirrel, or not the squirrel, the horse, the 16-hour horse. Is that you? One of you, there, I see the hunting icon there. No, it's healing. It's healing. The horse is Wolverine. The horse is healing itself. Actually, that's not really Wolverine. I think all animals, to a degree, heal. I mean, like, I got a cut in my foot, like, a couple of weeks ago, and it's broadly healed. I mean, you can still see where the cut was, but it has healed, and I'm not Wolverine. Healing is not a particularly superpower kind of thing. I think he just does it faster and better than we do, because he's faster and better at all things than we are, really. We got a horse. And we're going to destroy it. Cool, right on. Yeah, that's exactly what we want to do. And now I've got Whitehead set up to do an interminable amount of mining. And Mila, again, you will jump in on this when you're done. And you seem like you're almost broadly done with this. What are you doing now? You're relaxing socially. Again, is that the best use of your time? Whitehead, I see you gave up. You're like, yeah, I'm not into this. What I should do, let's make this go a little tiny bit faster by putting down a dark torch just temporarily, like right here. And that'll be a little light, and that way they will move a little bit faster while we're doing this. Mila, you are hauling things, and then you're eating things. What's your move after this? You're cutting the grass. Oh, we've got a little tiny bit of heal root to put back in. Yeah, I probably made that grossly too large. That's fine, though. Medicine is easily sold. People will buy heal root for not a small amount of money. Have a few hundred heal root, all of a sudden you can buy some snazzy bionic parts. And you're sowing rice. Come on, that field has got to be done. There's like one more thing of potatoes. Two more things of potatoes. And then you're going to harvest the stuff I told you to harvest. And then hopefully you'll help out with the mining. Although, Whitehead made some progress here. This is not no progress in the old mining expedition here. Okay, and he's still got that to do over there. All right, speed it through the night, and let's see what the kids are going to get up to tomorrow. We've had our small inoffensive animal, so obviously we know that the next thing that's coming is some sort of raid. The Pan-Global Covenant? No, 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 no. Accord of Southeastern Witterabo. How about the Southeastern Blood Feeders? Sounds like a sports team. So the Southeastern Blood Feeders. Okay, much better. Much better. All right, lock that one in. All right, good. I'm happier with that. So, again, get it through to the morning. The next thing we're expecting is obviously a raid. Ooh, I should... Hang on. There's Ambrosia. Cool, neat. Yeah, something more for Mila to do. But good money there. There's some good money to be made. So set up a growing zone around it, like that. Try not to do more than I actually need to. There we go. And then turn off sowing, just so the ambrosia will grow, and then when it's ready, we will go and get it, but we won't put anything else there. Or, you know, plant over it like I did with the save file. Ha! You see how I brought that one back around. I gotta think about a prison of some sort. Because if we get a live prisoner, you know, we're going to need an actual prison. Just give me like a temporary building here, like that. And then give me a door, like that. Yeah, go do that. Because if somebody shows up, and actually put a regular bed in there too. If somebody shows up, I'm treating the prisoners as usual better than I'm treating my actual colonists. Mila's doing more harvesting. Hey, Whitehead. Could I get you back on #1 construction and then back off on the mining for right now? I just want to get that banged out real quick. There you go. Yeah, I say you're on the case. You're actually eating somebody's arm. Oh, you figured out to do the lights. That's cool. Let's make sure we turn those. No, not that. We turn those to dark light, and we turn that one to dark light. All right, much better. Yeah, there we go. That's what I needed. Just throw this building together super, super quick. There's tons of wood with all the trees that Mila's cut down. And that way, if we do get a prisoner, we've at least got somewhere to throw them. I know, guys, I am treating the prisoner better than I'm treating you. You have to sleep on the floor. They get an actual, like, real-life bedroom of a sort. But it's all going to make sense in the end, Whitehead. I assure you, this will all make sense in the end. He says optimistically, unless he deletes the save file again like a complete idiot. These things happen. All right, Whitehead back to mining. Excellent. Good job. And where is Mila these days? You're hauling wood. Oh, you're just hauling things. I mean, that's cool. I dig that. But speaking of digging, maybe you could get on some mining, okay, instead of hauling. Yeah, hauling was your #2 thing, and you're kind of out of plant stuff to do. See, this is what I want. Okay, now they're both in here doing some mining. This will move, well, arguably twice as fast. Really, I've got 100% more labor going on here, so this should, again, arguably be twice as fast. That's kind of how basic mathematics work. You know, 1 + 1 = 2, and 2 is twice as big as 1, as far as I'm led to believe. Whitehead has fallen over by a tree. What are you doing? You're looking at the stars. Well, isn't that just delightful? Also, got to start thinking about a kitchen of some sort. And a freezer. More importantly, a freezer. I said we were tunneling into the mountain hardcore, but it also would be super easy to set something up right here. That I could easily do a kitchen freezer combo. Very, very easily. Just for doing it, because I happen to be looking at it, could we just set up a column here, just in case? Just in case. In fact, put one here and one over here. Just to kind of make sure things don't fall over on our head, because I'm probably going to chip all of this out. In fact, I'm almost definitely going to do that. I'm going to tunnel through from here to there. All right, so I guess Mila won't have a really big bedroom anytime soon. There we go. I'm feeling better about the columns being up. Okay, good. So that roof is much better supported right now. The plants can just kind of do their thing. And I need like a dumping stockpile zone. Mila's still pretty into hauling, so let's do dumping zone just anywhere. Don't care. Put it... Actually, you're saying you don't care. You care a little bit. Put it over here, like that. And then the only thing I want in here is just chunks. So no corpses, please. Just chunks. Thank you very much. Toxic waste packs, that's what's in items there, but I'm not going to sweat that right now. And then let's do what I usually do, which is set up a regular stockpile just for materials that don't degrade. So this is going to be, get rid of everything. Let's make this important. And this is going to be for stone blocks, steel, and uranium. And then down here, we don't need those things. So take those out. Uranium, steel, and stone blocks. They're not going to degrade. Lots of things don't degrade, but some things I'm going to keep inside anyway, like jade or silver, just because you don't want your jade just lying out on the ground. Somebody comes along, he's like, hey, there's some perfectly good jade there. I like jade. I like things that are green. I'm going to go ahead and take that jade. I know there's really not any particular kind of theft in RimWorld, although people do get kidnapped. I guess that's kind of a theft of a sort, in that you're stealing a person. But you just kind of, just from a story lore perspective, I'm not going to leave my valuables out here. I will leave, you know, stone bricks and chunks of steel and stuff, but I just like to have my nice stuff inside. I mean, I think we all do. I think if I had piles and piles of gold, well, I'd certainly be upgrading my lawn, for one thing. The raids here, the psychic slickers. Actually, the sick slickers, or the psych slickers, whichever you prefer. Everybody just kind of pause. They're attacking immediately. Okay, where are they? They're down here. Where are we? We're way up here. Okay, team, let's come over here, nice and slow. And then let me check out my man here. So, Rat the Ranger, what have you got? You got a steel knife and some clothes. Okay, so nobody's showing up with an auto pistol this time. That's a nice change of pace. But yeah, basically, naked guy with a knife. Mila, where are you? Because I'm going to largely be relying on your vampiric combat abilities. So, last time we did this, Mila just cut someone's head off. Let's see if that's going to happen again. So, long jump to say here. Okay, so get that done. And then pause. Piercing spine right there. Boom? Did we go boom? I don't know if we boomed. Okay. Hang on, Rat, have you taken any damage from that? No. Not a bit. Not a bit. You also have cataracts in your eyes. How old are you? You're 77. Okay. You've got a plant skill. You've got a shooting skill. You can talk to people. Okay, I'm kind of 50-50 on whether we take this person alive or not. Could you long jump over here, please? And we'll try this again. Okay, so jump and spine and boom. I think you're gradually getting out of range. There we go. Whatever the problem is, I think we've dealt with it. Rat, you are... Oh, you're slowed. Hang on. No. You're not dead yet. Yeah, you're not quite dead. Go ahead and... You want to hit Rat there? Just throw your spine at him. He seems to not care if you do that or not. So, spine shot. There we go. There we go. And you're dead. Okay. I was 50-50 on whether we wanted you or not. I mean, I need all the colonists I can get. But also, we could be eating you. So, we're going to do that. And I did tell the butcher spot to do humans, but I didn't tell the cooking spot to do humans. So, we can make... out of human meat. Yeah, there we go. Human meat. And since we've got the corpse, why don't we just bump up the number of human meals to, say, 20 or something like that. Actually, maybe even more. We've got a lot of meat down here. We've got quite a lot of meat. Just see what happens. See what happens, because that meat is not going to last forever. Oh, sorry, guys, you're off duty. There you go. Did either of you get injured at all? Nope, and nope. Good job, team. Okay, so not an ideal opening there. It would have been nice to take somebody alive, but it wasn't that great. Rat was not spectacular. All right, get Mila doing what Mila needs to do here, which is drinking blood. Yeah, you just used a lot of it with those abilities. But good job. Yeah, the squirrel meat's rotting away. We do really need to kind of put these into meals of some sort, or at bare minimum, just get that freezer up and running. Okay, here's how I'd really rather do that out of stone blocks, if I could help it. I could start it with steel, and then double wrap it in stone blocks later. Let me start with some power. Let's get that under control. Also, put up a wood-fired generator, just because I like to have backup power. And then we're going to... This is going to be something. I don't know quite what. I want to tunnel through there and make this area a kitchen and this area a freezer. Okay, if I, for argument's sake... Because steel is what I have right now. So let's do just a steel wall like this... Thinking about potential... Don't do anything yet, team. Potential room for, first of all, not obstructing that steam geyser. And also leaving room for a kitchen of some sort. So how about we did this as the freezer, he says optimistically. And then I'm going to want a bit of a kind of an airlock thing here. So do that. Just do a door. You know what? Just for right now, just do a door there. I'm overthinking this, but I'm kind of doing this backwards from the way I normally do. Put a freezer unit in there, and then we need power. Give me a hidden conduit at the door, and then just regular conduits for everything else. Like that, and bring it down into the freezer itself. Okay, now you can start doing things, team. Whitehead is completely asleep. We are, however, cooking food, out of people, which is a very, very exciting concept. So we're cooking up Rat. Rat didn't really work out in terms of, like, you know, him living here, but it's worked out wicked good in terms of him feeding us. Also, by the way, there's no reason somebody else can't have this bedroom for right now. I use bedroom in the strictest legal definition of the word, in that it's a room with a bed in it. It's not very nice. In fact, it's terrible. But there is a room with a bed in it. I will put up, for your delectation, a lamp. And that's about the best I'm going to do with you guys. And then also, let's start the concept of stone blocks going on. So put a stone cutter table up in there. I'm not even going to try and start research yet with 2 people. It's hard enough with 3. So I will just focus on the fundamentals today. This bedroom's going along very, very well, though. And then eventually I'm going to need to smooth out all of these things. Whitehead's working on the freezer. Good job, Whitehead. Really would like to get... Oh, wow, you already built it. Wow, you are quick, Whitehead. I was going to say, please build my generator, but you've kind of already covered that. Mila, you're digging at the marble. Great. Why don't you go refuel the generator quickly? Just kind of knock that out if you could. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, kid. Love what you're doing. You're doing amazing work around here. Okay. Now what? This bedroom is kind of vaguely almost done. I'm going to optimistically mark those things for hauling and then laugh at myself when nobody hauls them, because I don't really have the manpower to be doing that. However, this is up and running. So let's just do any stone blocks. I really don't care what you do. Do, say, 20. And who can actually do some crafting around here who isn't doing literally everything else? Oh dear, it's Whitehead. Whitehead has other things to do, frankly. Although Mila could take over the... Yeah, we lost everything. The horse meat, the simple meals. Oh, Whitehead's getting high. This has all gone horribly wrong. No, it really hasn't. I kind of expected all that meat to decompose. We just need to get this freezer done. Get the freezer up and running, and that will solve many of my food issues right now. Whitehead, could you... Whitehead, today, man. Today. And wow, just... There you go. Thank you. You're going to be terrible at this now. Just try to know which is the right end of the hammer, I guess. So back to the concept of crafting. That is going to be basically Whitehead. But Mila could take over a bulk of the mining right now. When Whitehead's done with the construction, yeah, do number 1 on crafting, which again, that is stone blocks, right? Yep, make stone blocks. So finish, I know simple meals are rotting away. I get it. I get it. So when you're done building the freezer unit, then we'll start to move everything over there, and that will... No, Whitehead. It's great you're doing the stone blocks now. How about you do the construction first? A flash storm, you say? Oh, good. Everything is going to be on fire. How flash is the storm? Oh, it's quite flash, yes. Yeah, it's quite flash. That's somebody else's problem fire that he's saying optimistically right now. The storm is over. Is it raining? It is not. So that's going to spread. Hopefully not down to us. Again, he says optimistically. We've had issues with fire and vampires in the past, haven't we, Dave? Yes, we have. That's getting done again. That can go away. Where is... Oh, Whitehead's asleep. Of course he is. It's the middle of the day. But Mila is taking over the mining duties, which is great. So let's do a door. Let's actually start to make these into bedrooms. A door there and a door there. I'll work on smoothing the walls out sooner rather than later, but not right at this exact second. Let's do a double bed there. No reason these people can't be comfortable. And a double bed down there. Okay. 2 bedrooms technically exist at this point. Mila, what do you have to go do now? Oh, you're doing some more mining. Good for you, kid. I love your initiative. You're all about this. So with that, why don't I start another bedroom? If she's all hip on the mining, actually, is there anything else she could be doing that would be more important? Crafting, she's terrible at. But she can do it. It's not that she can't do it. Also got to think if I'm going to tame any animals in the future. We never really got that far in the original run of the Sanguophage that I accidentally deleted by saving over a completely different RimWorld run. Yeah, that's going to happen again. I just want to reiterate that. But I didn't really think about if we're going to ever tame animals. I might. Like, what sort of general things are on the map? Spring and summer is where you're going to see the most animals. So, got some donkeys, turkeys, raccoons, hares. Something where we just have sort of a regular food source. And possibly a pack animal at some point would not be a bad idea in case we want to go traveling at some point, which we probably will. Whitehead's finishing up the door and then the bed. Neat. All right, so you know what, Whitehead, because you just built that can be for you. That can be Whitehead's bed. And then later Mila can have the other double bed down here. What do you have to do? Oh, you have to go get some steel. Good. I actually think we're actually out of steel. That's why this is moving a little bit slowly here. But in the meantime, why don't I start to get... Oh, yeah, you're putting the freezer together, which will do absolutely nothing at all because it's outside. So, but in the meantime... And you also failed at that too. Let's get a stockpile going in here. So do a stockpile for food and whatnots. And by whatnots, I mean dead things. Clear all of that. Nothing rotten in here. Priority critical. We definitely want to put always our food in here. So we're going to put meals. We're going to put raw food, baby food, chocolate, blood, and pemmican. I just feel blood should go in the freezer. I just do. I can't leave it outside. It's just not right. And then over here, I was going to say wait until the room is finished, but the room is almost finished. Over here, no food at all. Zero food over here. I should probably keep the drugs in here for right now, too, because those will go off over time. Yeah, this is already 39 out of 50. You don't want to lose your drugs around here. You want to have a good source of drugs. So that is what, get that out of there. Manufactured. Just put drugs in here for right now, and then I'll fuss with that later as I do. Whitehead, could you maybe finish this? Missing 3 components. Oh. Oh, yeah, that's a problem. There's some over here. Why don't we, just to make life easy, let's just punch right through this so we don't have to walk around it. Just go like there and then mine out all of that. Unless there's something even closer. But I don't feel that there is. And how are you guys doing on this? Okay, so Whitehead, I'm going to temporarily cancel these orders. Don't worry about that. work on this. This is a little bit more important. We need to get those components under control. I notice it's raining, so I'm assuming somebody else's problem fires have gone out. All except this one little one right down here. Oh, it's gone. Wow. I'm so glad that was somebody else's problem. That's a massive fire. That's a big... I'm glad we didn't have to deal with that. Oh, the bed's done. So this could be for Mila. Okay, Mila gets bedroom, Whitehead gets bedroom. They're both terrible bedrooms, but they're going to learn to cope with the information. Mila, I see you're having a bit of a freak out. Yep, sunlight. Yep, blinding light. Yep, you want different clothes. I understand many of the things, and I can deal with many of those things too. Just not right at this exact second. That's kind of the problem there. Whitehead, did you just grab some components? I feel that you did. I might be mistaken about that. Oh, you found more steel that I told you to get. You know what, that's fine. That's fine. Whitehead will get that done in the morning. In fact, by in the morning, I mean in the evening when he wakes up. Whitehead, are you slightly happier that you have your own bedroom at all? Awful bedroom. Yep. Yep, thanks. Thanks, Whitehead. Yeah, I carved this out just for you. And you're like, wow, this is terrible. Like, wow, thanks, man. Appreciate that. You know, try to do somebody a solid, and they just shove it right back in your face. You know, I didn't have to do that. Could have let you sleep on the ground. Could have let you... Yeah, Mila's moving things around. Neat. Cool. Let's again... Mila, could you maybe focus on this, actually? And Whitehead, why don't you also focus on this? Because I think it said we needed, what, 3 components? Yeah, 3. So there should be 2 in this thing, and then we'll get 2 of them done, and that'll be the components that we need, is basically how this is all going to go down. There's 2. Yeah, Mila's chipping in with another one here, and that should be all we need. Yep, Whitehead's already on it. He can't wait to get this done. Cool. I can't wait for you to get it done either, dude. I know the roof isn't fully up yet until that tree comes down, but let's start to get the temp down in here. Take it down to nice -2 degrees Fahrenheit, and that'll finally keep our food... I was going to say our food cool. We don't actually really have a lot of food, do we? It's not actually a tremendous amount of food here. Huh. Okay, well, slaughter things, obviously. Donkeys. Gonna be some good meat on a donkey, right? Everybody loves donkey burger. And those components are out, and then you're back to this. Cool. So that'll be a degree of what? Cargo pods. What's your problem? What are you dropping on the ground here? Please say enormous piles of something I want. Okay. I mean, neutro-amine, that's pretty good. I mean, that stuff's not that expensive to buy, but it's not bad. So we're getting a degree of steel stockpiled here. And then Mila, can I interest you to go back on number 1 hauling just for a little bit until we get, you know, the food under control here? It's already down to 24 in here. Unroofed. Someone gonna work on that? You wanna, Whitehead? You wanna like do your thing here? No? Okay. Well, let's get some more another idea of a bedroom going on then, because we'll need one at some point. May as well get it done now, and then do that like that. That could be a nice little either spare bedroom or prison or something like that. Although this backup room will do well, and then we'll start to get these walls smoothed out. And then I want to punch through right here, like that. Okay, in fact, we don't really need this piece either. Just get that out of there. And then the kitchen will kind of go in there. We've made all of 20 stone blocks. Okay, slam everything into pause mode there. Slam everything into pause mode. So we've set things up again. Again. I don't know what to tell you guys. It was a simple misclick. I knew it when I did it. I banged my head against a wall. I frantically tried to get back to the old save file, but I did deliberately tell RimWorld to delete it and replace it with another save file, so can't really fault anything there. But guys, we will continue Mila and Whitehead, I guess version 2.0, again next time. Do please keep the comments coming in. Let me know what you're thinking of this. And hey, if you enjoyed the video, do please leave a like down below. It does cheer me up no end when people do that. And if you're new to the channel, maybe just checking it out for the first time, feel free to hit that subscribe button. See more of this ridiculous nonsense. Until then, I'm Dave. Thank you, as always, for joining me in the wee hours. We'll see you next time. But maybe we close the door during a zombie apocalypse, Cinnamon, huh? It's just basic security technique. If the door is closed, Cinnamon, The zombies are going to have to work harder to get in. What you've done is put up a big sign on the top of your roof here that says, "Hey zombies, this way for food." All right, is there an actual fire, or are you just telling me that fire is a thing that exists? Because I'm very familiar with that. Fire loves me, and it wants to be near me at all times. And I'm pretty sure they're trying to beat him to death with a baguette, which is less effective than you might commonly think it would be. I have created epic fruitcake. Those words have never been uttered in the entirety of human history. That sentence has never come together. I have made epic fruitcake.